All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on a company you've probably never heard of, but whose products I can almost guarantee you've used. We are talking about Apothecary Products, and they are the pharmacy's secret partner. So let me ask you something. Think about the last time you went to a pharmacy. What do you see? Right, there's the pharmacist, the counter, shelves stacked with medicine, but what about everything else? What are all the little tools, containers, and supplies that make the whole operation actually run?
Well, it turns out there's this entire hidden world of essential gear. I'm talking about everything from the little vials your pills come in to the super specialized tools they use to mix custom medications. And this is where our story really begins, in the operational backbone of every single pharmacy.
To really get why a company like Apothecary Products even exists, we got to take a peek behind that counter and appreciate just how complex that job really is.
You know, a pharmacist's job is so much more than just counting pills. They're doing some seriously complex stuff. They might be compounding unique medications, that means creating personalized prescriptions from scratch. They have to dispense incredibly precise doses, make sure everything is packaged safely, and on top of all that, manage patient aids and just keep the store running. And yeah, every single one of those tasks requires its own set of special tools.
So, with all that going on, how in the world does a busy pharmacist find the time to source all those different specialized items? Well, that's where a unique kind of company steps in to offer a one-stop solution.
And that company is Apothecary Products. Now listen to how they describe themselves: a wholesale pharmacy solutions provider. That word, solutions, is so important. They're not just selling stuff, they're solving a huge supply chain headache for pharmacists. And when you solve a problem like that, you become totally essential.
And this really is their whole mission in a nutshell. They handle all the logistics for thousands of different items so that pharmacists can focus on what actually matters: patient care and safety. It's a classic B2B partnership that makes that frontline service possible.
Okay, so what kind of stuff are we actually talking about here? Let's dive into their product catalog, because this is where you really start to see how they make themselves so indispensable.
Their whole business really breaks down into these 5 key pillars. You've got the heavy-duty professional pharmacy supplies, then the everyday dispensing and packaging stuff, all the operational supplies for the store itself, tools for patients to manage meds at home, and even general home healthcare products like first aid kits.
Let's zoom in a bit. In the compounding category, we are talking about really specialized equipment. Suppository molds, high-precision scales, scientific glassware, capsule loaders. I mean, this is not stuff you can just pick up anywhere. This is for the true craft of pharmacy.
Then you have the daily workhorses, the medication bags, the blister packs that help organize daily doses, all the little graduated tools you need for liquid medicines. Here, accuracy and safety are absolutely everything, and the packaging has to reflect that. And this is where they bridge the gap from the pharmacy right into your home. You've probably seen their brand, Easy Dose, right? Pill organizers, cutters, crushers, these are all tools designed for the end user, for the patient. It shows they're really thinking about the entire medication journey.
So how has a company like this managed to thrive for so long in such a specialized market? Let's analyze the strategic edge that a niche player like Apothecary Products has built for itself.
First and foremost, credibility. We're talking over 40 years in business. That tells you they have built some deep, lasting relationships and a powerful reputation. You just don't survive that long in any industry unless you're incredibly reliable.
Their strategy is really built on 4 pillars. Deep specialization means they know this market better than anyone. That integrated catalog makes life way simpler for their customers. Incredible product depth ensures they have that one niche item you can't find anywhere else. And that dual focus on both the pharmacist and the patient gives them a really unique position.
Now that sounds like a solid strategy, but every market has its giants, which raises the critical question: how does a specialized company like this really hold its own against the massive generalist distributors? Because for all their strengths, let's be clear, they operate in a tough environment. There are significant market pressures and logistical hurdles that they just can't ignore.
This really lays out the classic David versus Goliath dynamic. You've got the mega distributors, companies like McKesson, with massive logistics and insane purchasing power. But Apothecary Products doesn't compete on scale. They compete on depth and focus. They can't beat the giants on the price of everything, but they can win by having exactly the right specialized tool and the expertise to back it up.
And there are other risks, for sure.
Managing an inventory with thousands of unique items is a huge challenge. One wrong guess, and you've got a costly overstock situation. Their success is also tied directly to the health and regulations of the pharmacy market. And as a US-based supplier, trying to expand internationally comes with some major shipping and regulatory headaches.
So, what's the big takeaway from looking at a company like this? It's really about understanding the invisible systems that make our world actually work.
The story of Apothecary Products is just a perfect example of an essential B2B player. They are the backbone, that quiet partner providing the critical infrastructure and tools so that frontline professionals, in this case pharmacists, can do their jobs effectively. Without them, the whole system just grinds to a halt.
And that leaves us with a final thought. Once you start looking, you see these invisible partners absolutely everywhere. In restaurants, on construction sites, in manufacturing. So the next time you're at the pharmacy, take a second to think about it. What other hidden companies are making your world turn?